Dear students, let us see the practical today. The magnetic field intensity at the center of the circular coil carrying the current. Okay. So now let us see the aim of the experiment. Now in this experiment we have to determine the magnetic field intensity at the center of the circular coil. Second one, to study the relationship between the magnetic field intensity and the current. The third one, to determine the radius of the circular coil. And the last one, to verify the Biot-Savart's law. Okay. So now let us see the circuit connection. You can see here the battery supply. From the battery supply positive side, so you can see the commutators. From the battery positive, it goes to one end of the commutator. From the battery negative, it goes via rheostat, goes to the ammeter and then joins to the other end of the commutator. So the opposite sides, you connect it one end of the battery and other end of the battery to the other side of the commutator, and these two sides, one end you connect it to the circular coil and other end of the commutator is given to the other end of the circular coil. As a result, when you put the key to the both ends of the commutator, the current travels through the circular coil and it generates the magnetic field at the center of the coil, so which we have to determine. Okay. So now let us go for the experiment. So regarding the experiment, so you can see that, so this is the circular coil and this is the tangent galvanometer, and you can see the magnet at the center of the tangent galvanometer and two pivoted needles, and you can see the magnet has having a red dot which indicates the north pole of the magnet, and obviously other will be the south pole of the magnet. So you can see first how to align this tangent galvanometer. So initially, so what we have to do is first align the magnet, this magnet across the horizontal component of the earth magnetic field. So now we can see that the magnet is exactly lying along the horizontal component of the earth magnetic field, and you can see so that from the circular coil, if you see the magnet, it should be exactly at the center. So the magnet is exactly at the center and it is lying along the horizontal component, and you can see here the needles, you rotate the tangent galvanometer and make the needles to get aligned at 0 0. So now the needles are aligned at 0 0 position. Okay. So this is the initial adjustment which you have to make. So once the adjustments are made, then let us go for the circuit connection. You can see the commutator here. So these are the opposite sides of the commutator and these two are also the opposite sides of the commutator. So one end of this commutator is given connection to the battery positive and other end of the commutator is given connection to battery negative. A very simple one. So opposite side, one end you give connection to the battery positive and other end is given connection to battery negative. Now downside key of the commutator, again one end give connection to the one end of the coil and other end of the commutator give connection to the other end of the coil. So in our apparatus, you can see the four options are given. One is 5, one is 50, other is 100. Suppose if you connect this knot to this 5, now only 5 turns are taken into consideration. That means when you switch on the commutator, the current is going to travel only across the 5 turns of the coil. Suppose if you connect this one knot to 50, now the current travels through 50 turns of the coil, which generates an enhanced magnetic field. Now when you connect this one to 100, the current travels across the 100 turns of the coil, which generates more and more magnetic field. So in our experiment, we limited up to 50. So you can connect it to 50, so that when you pass the current travels through the coil, circular coil, and it generates a magnetic field at the center, which is replicated by using our tangent galvanometer. Okay. So now first let us switch on the circuit. So we have switched on the circuit. Now we can see that the current ammeter is showing 0 0 reading. So first what we have to do regarding the observation, first absolute permeability of the free space is given by mu naught is equal to 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 Henry per meter, a constant. Relative permeability mu r is equal to 1 for air, and we have of course number of turns in the circular coil n is taken as 50. Okay. So now let us you can take any amount of current. So in our experiment we have adjusted to 0.08 ampere. So initially now let us adjust the current to 0.08. So here, so first let us turn on the commutator. So we have turned the commutator, and now we can adjust the current to 0.08. Now current is adjusted to 0.08. Okay. 0.08. So now you can see the deflection in the tangent galvanometer. So you can see the deflection. So you can take this one as theta 1, obviously other one will be theta 2, or even you can take this one as theta 1, other one will be theta 2. So if you, this is theta 1, then you can see that the value here is this is 49 degree, and this is almost something like 53 degree. Okay, so 49 and 53, so that we can write it here, theta 1 as 49, other one will be 53. But in this experiment she has got for 0.08 in this tangent galvanometer, 55 is theta 1 and theta 2 is also 55. Now let us turn the commutator in the anti-clockwise direction. So the commutator is turned to the anti-clockwise direction. So you can see the deflection is in the reverse direction. So now you can see the value of theta 1 and theta 2. Theta 1 is 45 and theta 2 is 44. 45 and 44. Okay. So here we can write theta 1 as 45, theta 3 as 45, theta 4 as 44. So in this, but here she got the reading as 47 and 47. So you will get like this, theta 1 and theta 2 for one set of the values, and when you rotate the commutator you will get theta 3 and theta 4. Now take the average deflection. So add everything like 55, 55, 47, 47, you add everything and divided by 4, you will get the average deflection. Then take tan of theta, tangent of this value gives you something like 1.234 value. Next, calculate magnetic field intensity using the formula. So here the formula H is equal to BH by mu into tan theta. We know magnetic horizontal component of magnetic field is BH is equal to 0.36 into 10 raised to minus 4, and mu permeability is 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 Newton per meter. When you substitute here, BH is this one, 0.36 10 raised to minus 4, a constant for earth, and this is 4 pi 10 raised to minus 7 mu value, and tan theta is 1.234, that is equal to 35.36 Tesla. So this is the value of H, magnetic field intensity. Similarly, let us do the experiment for 010. Set the current as 0.10 and record the value of theta 1, theta 2, similarly theta 3, theta 4. Calculate the value of average deflection and tan theta, and similarly you calculate the value of magnetic field intensity. Next, go for 0.12 and 0.14. Similarly, you can get the values of theta 1, theta 2, etc. So like this. So 0.08, and you can do it for so like this 0.10. Next you go for 0.02 or 0.12. So like this, and next you go for 0.14, and you can see the deflections, and you can see the deflections here. Record these deflections, theta 1, theta 2. Rotate the commutator like this. You can rotate the commutator, and theta 3 and theta 4. These 4 values you can write here, and you can calculate the values of magnetic field intensity. So once you calculate the magnetic field intensity, so next let us plot the graph. So magnetic field intensity is taken along the y-axis, and whatever the variation of current like 0.08, 0.10, etc. can be taken along the x-axis, and H is taken along the y-axis, and we can plot the graph. So when you plot the graph, so like this, taking H along the y-axis and I along the x-axis, you will get the points like this, 4 points. Just join the 4 points after plotting the value of H versus I, and then you calculate the slope. Slope is very simple, that you know, slope is equal to BC into x scale is 10 Tesla, so that we have written, y scale is 10 Tesla, we have written, and AC that is 4.9 into the scale is 0.02, that just multiply, and you will get the value of slope. Slope comes to be almost something like 469.38. Once you get the value of the slope, then calculate the radius of the coil using the formula n by 2 into 1 by slope. So n is a number of turns we have taken, is n is equal to 50 divided by 2, and we got the slope as 1 divided by 469.38. So once you calculate, you will get the radius of the coil as 0.053 meter. So in this way, one can calculate the magnetic field intensity of the coil, that is found to be 49 ampere per meter. And we know that magnetic field intensity and the current are linearly related, that is a tangent law, and radius of the coil comes to be 0.053 meter. Okay. So in this way one can calculate all the three results.